Good evening. Welcome to the Bureau.
Wow, you're cool.
When I was approached about getting to do the voice for The Cat Returns, I couldn't believe what a great story it was to watch a young girl go through the journey that she did and to discover such strength within her. I was so thrilled to get to work on this. Wow, this place is beautiful. I like the scenes when Haru gets really, really emotional and kind of over the top because, I mean, she's a pretty shy, timid girl, and so when she finally kind of lets loose, it's nice. I loved when she finds out that she's a cat.
Look at that! I'm a cat!
And she's, you know, kind of freaking out. And so she, you know, starts screaming, "What happened? Don't leave me like this, Muta!" I had to scream a lot in this part. I mean, it was like every other cue was just Haru's either gasping or screaming. So you learn how to scream without hurting yourself. So I was able to make it to the end of the day without losing my voice. I actually was doing this against the Japanese dialogue. I didn't get to hear any of the other actors that I was working with. But it was really fun getting to imagine Carrie Elwes, who voiced the Baron.
Hello.
Who, you know, is a wonderful character, very proper, but at the same time has lots of integrity.
Just for the record, I admire a young woman who speaks from the heart.
I think that one of the reasons why I was cast in this role was because I can do an aristocratic British voice.
I am Baron Humbert von Gickingen. The artisan who created me gave me that title.
And the Baron, he has this wonderful demeanor about him. He's a cat who wears a top hat and has a cane.
How's your cane?
Bent, but it's about time for a new one anyway.
He's just a very dapper cat. I thought of combining the voices of David Niven and Alec Guinness in there. Give him some real dignity and poise. Cat poise. Well, the images help a great deal. You know, when you see a playback and you get a sense of how the original Japanese version was done, the energy and the pace, how the storytelling was originally interpreted. And you'd never really want to stray too far from that. You want to get the intent of the director and the way the character is drawn. So I rely heavily on playback and listening to my Japanese counterpart and getting a sense of that kind of energy.
Spread your arms! Look down!
And it's not easy because the way the Japanese speak is very different from the way that Westerners speak, and so finding the right number of syllables to fit when a character's mouth opens and closes sometimes takes a little time.
Now that Haru's problem is solved, we should let her go home and get some rest.
Did it match?
So now what? Tell me the beats. Almost. Okay. Oh, let her go home, pause. Okay, so it's like a one beat thing. We should let her go home. Yeah, we need another beat there. Let her get some well-earned rest.
No, it's a challenge, but it's a wonderful one. And when it works, it's just great.
Well then, now that Haru's problem is solved, we should let her go home and get some well-earned rest. Not too shabby, I tell you, not too shabby.
Give me some catnip, man. Lay some catnip on me, baby. What surprised me was how much fun I had doing it.
You're hearing voices? You should check yourself into a loony bin.
I listened to the original soundtrack and tried to match the expressions on the face. Even though you don't understand the words, you understand the nuance. You can get a lot from the inflection of the language rather than the words itself.
Enough, Baron. Turn it off. No one's impressed with your cheesy light show, okay?
That was a lot of fun, being chased and swinging back and forth and knocking soldiers down and making noises like eat, yeah, yeah, and then I had to do some I try not to think too much because it's a different part of the brain.
Try that again, chicken wings. Yeah!
Can't you tell the difference between a chicken and a crow?
Of course I can. I'm not the bird brain here.
Well, at least I don't look like a giant marshmallow.
Oh, yeah? Well, at least I don't have a bird brain.
You already said that, you idiot.
I did? All right, then go fry yourself, you big chicken.
You already called me a chicken, too. You got a hairball in your brain.
I haven't ever done anything like this.
I like this girl more every minute.
It takes a degree of precision and professionalism, and especially trust the people, the engineer and the director and the writers to guide you through it.
Baron, a bunch of cats are headed this way.
Give it just a little more projection, because there's a lot of going on. There's lots of wind noise and everything.
Baron, a bunch of cats are headed this way.
They sort of would guide me, as to how to be in sync, not just in sync with my beak, but in sync with the spirit and the soul, because I am a crow with a soul, which pleases me a lot.
Yes, this calls for some of my special mulberries.
I kind of trust the crow spiritually, so to be a solitary crow who's been there for such a long time and who occasionally comes to life, I'm delighted with the opportunity.
Oh, my. I guess we made a little mistake. Well, this is embarrassing. The king will not be happy with me when he hears about this. I play Natoru, who is the king's servant. It's your standard tyrant-lackey relationship, my guy being the lackey.
Excellent explosion, Your Majesty.
I had all kinds of clever ideas with what to do with this talking cat, and I was told, no, just be yourself. All right. I guess I have a toadying kind of voice.
It is nowhere near enough. The kingdom of cats has vowed not to rest until you are completely satisfied.
You hear my voice and you think, suck up, I guess.
But how can that be? The whole kingdom is working to make you happy, and we all agreed that the gifts were just fabulous.
I haven't done a tremendous amount of animation, but what I have done, the voice leads the drawing. So you don't have to match anything. This is the exact opposite. It's more similar to doing dialogue replacement for a film. They call it ADR, automated dialogue replacement. If the dialogue was bad on set, you're trying to match what you said so you can hear it better. You listen and you see yourself and you hear beep, 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 and then where the fourth beep would be is where you start talking. And this is very similar to that.
Well, I'm quite shocked to hear this.
Except I was matching a cat's mouth, a cartoon cat. An animated cat. I guess when it's all high class like this, it's an animated cat.
Baron, nice to see you again.
The Cat King. He is the villain of the piece. They're always the best part because every villain is sort of villainous in his own way.
He does make me laugh, this guy. He's just so silly.
And in this case, there were two things that I thought were really useful. One, that he's just so smug and so sort of lazy and just so totally used to being in command. And when he's thwarted, he gets very, very angry.
Oh, my God.
Makes terrible cat noises.
Let's go!
And the other was that he keeps calling people babe.
Welcome to the royal family, babe. Thanks a lot, babe. That's me, babe.
He's just a really kind of very relaxed dude. So I sort of played him a bit like an unreconstructed hippie.
So look, I have a great idea. You should marry me instead.
I think when you hear the Japanese version, you have to sort of put it out of your mind because that's really not what you're doing. It's a completely different kind of idiom and it's a completely different kind of language. So you really have to sort of throw it away and stick really to the way that it's been written for you as an American. The Cat King, for example, sounds like this in the original, and obviously that's not much use to an American audience. It's actually sort of wonderful. I mean, I love hearing it, and it's got extraordinary kind of energy and attack, and I've kept some of the attack, but he's a much more laid-back kind of king than the Japanese version.
Ciao, babe.
If you ever need us, you will always know how to find us again.
Until then, trust yourself.